Hiya. Move over a bit. Oh, you're just seeing my pen. That's a bit better. Must be further back today with my camera. Who's there? Don't be shy. Say hello. Hello, Bunny. I've just shared this into the Fairy Hug Store group. Hope that's okay. Who else is there? Hi, Alison. It's all very exciting when we have a new release. Almost, well, it's exciting when we get the packaging, and then it's exciting when we can share it with you as well. Yes, I did. Yes, I did share the video link, Bonnie. Hi, Sue. Hope you're feeling better. Look at that dirty mark on my desk. Don't know what that is. Probably paint. We just forget about that. Hi, Benita. I haven't seen you for ages. Nice to see you all jumping on. It's a beautiful day here in the UK. It's a little bit cooler than it has been over the last couple of weeks, but still nice to see the sunshine. It is only April after all. Hello, Sonia. We'll just wait for a few more to jump on, and then we'll make a start. So we can see here that I've got a little scene for you to look at rather than just looking at my craft sheet. And there's quite a few of the new stamps on here. And there's also some of the ones from the previous release. So from the previous release, we've got the little tiny mushrooms, and we've got one of the little fairy dwellers as well. So they all mix and match, and I am going to show you a card that we're going to make probably in the third piece that we make, and that will have some of the older stamps on it as well. At least one of them anyway. Cold and dull here. Where are you then, Sonia, if it's cold and dull? Up and down. We had 15 a minute ago, now we went down to 11. Where did everybody go? Right, we'll crack on then, just in case we lose any more, shall we? Right, so the new release from Fairy Hugs is appearing on, hi Chrissy, on the I keep on saying the craft store, Create and Craft, tomorrow. It launches at 4 PM UK time, and then there's another show at 8 PM, and then on Wednesday morning there's one at 8 AM. So it's 4 and 8 PM tomorrow, and then Wednesday at 8 AM. Oh, I think right for crafting. Yeah, that's the trouble when the sun comes out. People go out into the garden, especially at this time of year. Okie dokie. Right. So yes, so that's the new one. Tea and coffee theme. I actually haven't added up how many new stamps there are. I don't know. In the UK, you'll be able to buy the stamps from me on my website from midnight on Wednesday night. Fairy Hugs, I believe, will put their stamps for sale probably tomorrow afternoon UK time. So, and there are stockists in other countries as well, but in the UK it's just me, and I've received my delivery today. So they're all in stock, but not actually live on the website until midnight on Wednesday night. So we've got new stamps, and I will show you some of the stamps as we work with them. There's quite a few. Maybe Bonnie will tell me how many there is. In fact, I can look it up for you and tell you how many there are. For 2022, there are 26 new stamp sets and 3 paper pads. So a few less than there were last time. That's right. It's not sad though, Bonnie, that one of them isn't on Create and Craft, because I've got it. So I'm quite happy about that. So let's show you the paper pads, because I have been working with the paper pads. I'm not going to do a flick through because I don't have a lot of mine left, but I can show you the front sheet. So I believe that Bonnie did this one. This one is called Thunderglow, and it's got kind of alcohol ink type backgrounds on it, and they're all double-sided, 216 GSM, which is a cardstock really, rather than just oh, poor Sue. Sue's not very well. Send lots of love to Sue. Yeah, 216 GSM. There's 24 designs, 2 sheets of 2 of each, so there's actually 24 sheets, and let's see, there's 24 sheets in total, so 12 individual sheets with 2 sides printed, and there's 2 copies of each of those, if that makes sense. So that's your Thunderglow. Absolutely wonderful to work with, and that works very well with this one, and this is Bumble Twinkle, and this is the one that isn't on Create and Craft, but I will have it on my website. I've got it, it's arrived. I've got all 3 of them, they've arrived. So these have got moons on them, and they've got kind of scenes, and then you've got this kind of muted background here to work with, and these 2 actually work really well together. So I really like that one. This is one of Bonnie's as well, Bumble Twinkle. It's a fantastic name, isn't it? Same setup, with your 216 GSM and 24 sheets, double-sided. So just a quick flick. They look textured. I don't know if you can see. They look textured, but they're not. They're completely flat, which is wonderful. Absolutely wonderful for when you're working. Tremendous. So those are my 2. This one has just arrived. I don't have one of these to work with at the moment. This is by Shu Min, who is somebody who's on the Bumble. Yeah, I know, it's good, isn't it? Shu Min's on the design team. She's actually taking a little break from the TV samples at the moment, but she's done she has wonderful use of colour. And it's wonderful to be able to have some of her papers to work with. So these are all Shu Min's. Again, same kind of setup, 24 sheets of the 216 GSM. So they're all the same kind of cardstock that you can work with, and they're all 6x6. So those, like I say, the Bumble Twinkle isn't on the TV, but the Thunderglow and the Petal Shimmer are. But you can get all 3 from me from Wednesday night at midnight. I'm not going to spoil the surprise and show you all my samples, but what I will do is bring this one in. Look, I made a card. It opens and everything. I'm thinking my friend who works for Dogs for Good, so she'll end up with this. So I made this one, and you can see this is on one of Bonnie's wonderful Bumble Twinkle backgrounds. She does have a great sense of colour. Yeah, absolutely. It's beautiful, isn't it? Hello, Ange. So when I made this one, I thought to myself, and it is, I believe it is a full, I think I've used the full 6x6. Yeah, I have used the full 6x6. So it's a 7x7 card that it's on. When I did this one, I thought, hang on a minute. That could be a card or a tag. Hang on a minute. That could be a card or a tag. So we're going to do that. We're going to split it into 2, just to work like this. So on this one we've got this is Nigel the mouse. We're a bit far away, aren't we? Nigel the mouse. You need Nigel in your life. It's an absolutely, I mean, we've all used it. You'll see on the samples, and the design team have been absolutely brilliant. And they've used Nigel a lot. So little Nigel, the mouse with his tea bag, he's either gonna dip it in something or he's just taking it out. Who knows? But Nigel there, and this one here, absolutely stunning stamp. This one's called Lost in Time. Absolutely beautiful. We've also got, this is another one that I think is a real staple. It's the only foliage stamp, as opposed to, I mean, you can use part of Lost in Time as well as foliage, but it's the only foliage stamp in this release, and this is your Ginkgo Branch. Okay, 7x7 card. I take an 8x8 card blank that's pre-bought and then chop a bit off it. That's if I'm making a proper card. This is your, you know, we've got lots and lots of houses and places for fairies to live. This is our Teacup Condo. So we've got lots of little doors in the teacups. So this is where all the little fairies are going to live. Then I've used the fairy dwellers here from the previous release, and I snaffled this idea from Bonnie. This is one of the tea icons here. I don't know if you can just about see there, we've got some teacup flowers as well. So, and then we've got the sentiments. May the dreams you hold dearest be those which come true, and the kindness you spread keep returning to you. Oh. You just have to go, oh, when you read one of those. It's a wonderful, wonderful sentiment. Anywho, let's crack on and do some creating. So we'll do our piece with Nigel first. So I've taken my Studio Light tag set. Can't get these anymore, which is really annoying. So if you want one, I don't know, just shop around and see if you can get one. This is the straight tag. And I love these because you've got mats and layers. And I just think it sets the tag off so much better than you having to kind of figure out how to do it yourself. So this is one of the Bumble Twinkle papers. What do I do with my Bumble Twinkles? It's such a wonderful name. Who thought of the names for these, Bonnie? Because it's just so funny, isn't it? Let's see if I can find the actual full paper in here so you can see it. Here we go. So this is the paper I'm using, this one. And I've just cut it down, obviously, so you can see I've cut my tag out, and then I'm going to use the other full piece to do another kind of slim card. Yes, you can also do that, but it's a lot easier if you use an 8x8 card and just cut it down. I think that's how a lot of people do it that way, and yeah. It's wonderful, isn't it? Bumble Twinkle. Right, let's get some stamping done before, otherwise I'll just sit here laughing all the time. Right, let's get my stamping platform out as per, and we will let's do it on that line there, that dotted line there. Make sure I know exactly where I want stuff to be. So we're going to just keep this really simple. So we've got our beautiful Lost in Time. I think this is such a winner, this stamp. And Nigel together, just win-win situation. So what we're doing, so we're going to make sure we can get him on properly. So this is going to go down like that, and then young Nigel, because he's not an old chap, he's just going to go in there in the sun or the moonlight. And they are photopolymer stamps. They're made in the US. So if you're buying from Create and Craft, you obviously have to wait for the delivery to come over from the States. There's normally a 7-day dispatch, 7-day delay. Obviously if you buy from me, I'll send them out on Wednesday if you order on Wednesday. Not Wednesday, Thursday, because I'm not allowed to sell them on Wednesday, Thursday. Right, let's pop that. Another magnet, because I like my magnets. I've treated myself. Right, treated myself to a new ink pad. 25th of the 4th, 22. New Nocturne Versafine Clear. So there's no excuses for not doing this properly. It sounds nice and juicy. I do prefer Versafine Clears. The card isn't coated per se, but it is a smooth cardstock. It's not super absorbent, but you can use ink on it. So just bear that in mind, that Versafine Clear will take a little bit longer to dry, but you can actually force it a little bit by blasting with your heat tool. You can of course emboss, and it will take, I know Bonnie's used texture paste on it as well, and the embossing powder technique on top of your texture paste. I'm just going to go again a little bit because I've missed a little bit there. And I want it nice and dark anyway. Let's hope that it doesn't move. If you're worried, because obviously papers are a little bit more special, aren't they, than an inky background that you can easily make again. If you're worried, then practice your layout on another piece of card first, and then take it to the proper stuff, or buy two. But you have got 2 sheets of each, but then you might want to use both sides, so you might want to buy 2. Up you come. Perfect. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? It's such a beautiful stamp. Bonnie's busy saying hello to everybody, bless her. So we are doing it really simple, just so you can see. It's not scary building a scene. They don't have to be big. You can just do a really simple thing like this. You know, you don't have to have millions of stamps. Everybody's collection starts somewhere. And look, this is how I keep my stamps. I cut the top off, the kind of hangy bit, and I write the number, which is on the packaging, on the top, and the name. And then they're all stored in number order. Once the release is no longer the new release, they're all stored in number order, and I keep them in the different sizes. So I've got a box for this size, a box for this size, and a box for the big size. And this is going to go on there. So he's going to go on here like so. So once your stamp's dirty, you can actually see where he's going to go. We don't want him tipsy. I think the sun's gone in. There we go. I think he'll be right like that. Young Nigel. If there's lots of banging going on, we're having some work done, so I do apologise. At least we had power. We didn't have power for a little bit this morning. Am I organised? Don't know. I try to be. Things go a lot better when you're organised. They don't go very well when you're not. Look at him. He's actually a little bit... I should have put him over a little bit further. I should have stood up and looked. But that's fine. That's fine. I'm just going to leave him like that, actually. I'm not going to do him again because my ink's nice and juicy. So with this one, if you wanted to, you could add a little bit of colour to the clock. You could add a little bit of colour to his tea bag if you wanted to. But with this, I don't think we need to. I think it's going to be just fine as it is, which is quite cool. So note to self, stand up and have a look at what you're doing. It's very difficult when there's a camera right above me though. That's my excuse. Isn't it wonderful? I mean, we could come in and bring a little bit of foliage at the top if you want to, but you know, I'm not going to. I'm just going to keep it clean and simple. And these tags are wonderful as bookmarks. My daughter does a lot of reading, and she's got a lot of my bookmarks that I've made. Let's just block that actually, just to make sure. Have I moved yet? No, I haven't. Haven't sold my mum's house yet, Benita. But I'm still looking every day. Every day I look to see what there is down there by you. But I actually want to be in Gosport because that's where Catherine is. But that's not far from you. There's just less traffic if I'm in Gosport rather than Fareham. So, one of these days I'll move. So let's just put this on here, and we've got... Oh! I didn't want the top anyway, did I? Ugh. And then we've got a tag made. Simple as that. not difficult. And those papers just start that kind of story off for you, you know. You don't have to do anything clever. Would be good if I got it straight though. There we are. Must not get a paper cut. There we go. Tag done. Job's a good one. Right, so second part is, see, I haven't bought in the ginkgo, but the second part is the condo bit. So let's grab the second part. I've got lots of stamps with the second part. So this is the other half of the paper, and I've just made a kind of a tall, fat kind of card. So the actual card blank here measures 4 1/4 inches wide by 7 inches. So it's a really odd size, but it's still a card. You can't have everything. You can't have proper size cards and cards from me. Right. I mean, we could use that side if you wanted to, but I'm going to keep it on that one. Did you? Oh. Bonnie's just got a warning for saying hello to everybody. You know, Bonnie, what you're going to have to do is actually do your own Facebook Live, and then you can say hello to everybody actually verbally rather than typing it. Who thinks that Bonnie should do a Facebook Live? Me! I know, Chrissy. There is a couple of offers on the table, but we're waiting for people to sell their houses in order to buy my mum's house. Oh, I know what we do. Let's go outside of this for a minute. In fact, we will still work in this. Let's get rid of my magnets. Go magnet, go magnet, go magnet. Right. So, I thought it would be nice to actually use, we've got 2 word collage stamps, and we've got a T word collage, and we've got a coffee word collage, and as you'd expect, they've got T words in or coffee words, but this has also got sentiments in it as well. So it's got tea is always a good idea, so you could mask that off and have that. There is always time for tea and cake, that's another one, and tea is like a hug in a mug. So you've got 3 sentiments within that collage that you can actually use. See, they're all on my side, Bonnie. She'll be having words with me later. Let's have a bigger block than that. Oh, I know what we can do. Let's use, I wonder if that's big enough. Is this big enough? Yes. So I've got my Thin Lizzies from Indigo Blue. My blocks are very ergonomic. I've got a few of these left on my website. He told me all the banging was over. Can you hear him? The cat's done a runner. He's not staying anywhere. So, for in the background, we want something that's not going to kind of overpower too much, but it's just going to be a hint. We do want to see it. So, let's try Prize Ribbon Distress Ink. Might be a bit dark, but there's nothing like trying something live, is there? I'm not too worried if it's not perfect, but I am going to try and ink it up decently. And it's distress, so it has a distressed look to it. It's not going to be perfect. If you want perfect, you go oxide. But as I've been saying again and again and again, I don't actually like stamping on top of oxides. So let's have it so that it's not covering the whole thing. So let's go off of like this, and I know I'm on the wonk because I can stamp better on the wonk. Maybe one day, but you can still watch me, Bonnie, on another day. I'll still do them, but you could do Facebook Lives on another day. Yeah, even food wouldn't keep heading. So we can do that like that. Should we just have one? Let's just do the one and see how it looks. And that will wash off in water, which is a wonderful thing about Distress ink and Distress Oxide. So that's going up there like so. Magnets. Where's my condo? Here's my Teacup Condo. And my Teacup Condo is going to come down here like that. Obviously I'm not going to colour this in front of you because it'll just take me, it does take a while, and you want to kind of enjoy it and not rush it. So I'll colour that in afterwards, and when I share it onto YouTube you'll have the coloured version, and you'll see the coloured version anyway, so I'll post it. Right, and let's get our Nocturne. Might be a bit higgledy-piggledy, but that doesn't matter. I mean, in this release we've got kind of dragons having a bath in a teacup, which is hilarious. Oh, talking of which, there will be a video dropping on my YouTube channel on Wednesday morning at 8. Wednesday morning? No, Wednesdays and Thursdays. Thursday morning at 8 AM. And that will be Bathing Thomas, which is our dragon in a teacup, having a shower. And that will show you how to put that card together. A bit of fun, but I think he's probably one of our favourites as well. Then we've got Sheldon, who is a sitting dragon, and Anne-Marie, and they're meant to be having tea together. But Sheldon gets very excited. He can't keep himself on his stool. Okay, so nice and dark Teacup Condo. Look at that. Wonderful, isn't it? Wonderful image. I'll be saying that all the time. You'll be fed up of it listening to me saying that. So we've got 4 o'clock tomorrow. We've got with Hayley. Then at 8 o'clock with Paula. And then at 8 AM on Wednesday, I'm with Janice. So quite a varied set of presenters this week. Let's put my condo back. And then we'll have, let's see if there's room for a proper sentiment. And then we can add our other bits. What else have we got? Should we have that? Yes. And this says, life is like a teacup filled to the brim and enjoyed with friends. That's quite a good mantra, isn't it? Another magnet. Me and my magnets. Yes, that's a good idea, Bonnie. Yeah. Bonnie's just giving people an idea of where you can buy Studio Light dyes in the US. So have a look at the comments. They're not always easily available in this country outside Crate and Craft either. I've got some, but I've got no tags left. So I'll pop that sentiment on there. It's gone quite dull actually now here. Let's just make that a little bit darker, because I'm on a dark background. And obviously I've got that collage going on there as well. Okay. We won't be using all the stamps I got out because they won't necessarily go. that's the thing with these kind of scenes. You kind of make them up as you go along. Like a teacup, that one goes in there. And we're going to have some of our fairy dwellers from the Mini World release. So these are available now. And there is actually 10% discount on all Fairy Hugs existing designs on my website. It's juliawattscrafts.co.uk. To UK addresses. You just need to enter code HUGS10, HUGS and 10, capital letters, in the discount code box at checkout, and then you'll get 10%. It's just on existing designs because I can't do it on the new ones. There we go. And she can sit on there. Let's see if she's right. Let's just open the blind a bit because the sun was coming in. That's better. So she can sit on that handle there. And let's see who else we can have. We can have her. She can come in there. She doesn't have to be completely in. And let's see if we can get one more in. Let's have her there. And let's have this one further up. I don't know what people will say about me having 4 because it's an even number, but that's what I'm having. It's one good thing about the stamping platform is you can do that and then pick them up and stamp them all at the same time. They do. Well, I think they live there, don't they? Oh, didn't pick that one up. Bonnie's saying that the fairy dwellers fit really well with the Teacup Condo, and they do. The little fairies, and there's also the condo dwellers, the original set, and condo dwellers too. They'll fit nicely as well. Look at the mess I've made. We'll just ignore that. All the little fairies will fit nicely, and all the little animals as well from the mini world. They'll work with scenes from the teacups as well. There we go. That's all done. Oh, it's too bright to begin with, and now it feels a bit dark. Right, let's put this away. So there's a few more people watching now. So hello to everybody that I haven't said hello to. Nice of you to join us. And we're just going to finish off, I think, with a bit of the Ginkgo Branch. So we'll move the magnets out of the way again. In fact, we'll come right out. Out of the way. And grab another piece of paper. And we're bringing some ginkgo up here because I think it's nice to have the ginkgo branches up. There's my block. I do love this stamp. You know when there's ones that you just use to death. So it's Nigel and the Ginkgo Branch that I've just used a lot. And I think we're going to do this in the green. Let's use Rainforest. It looks blue-green on here, so I haven't cleaned it properly. So let's have it coming in just like that, I think. So it doesn't look a lot yet, but just to show you, if we take, I'm not going to do all the colouring in, but if we just took, let's see, I go into my watercolour blending brush pens. If we take just a light green, like so, just so so you can see it, because it's hard for you to see it against the dark background. And you've got those little berries as well, which are nice to colour in. I do actually really like colouring these in as well. Doesn't have to be perfect. And then if you take a darker green and just, you can see the line, you've got the lines there of the actual, oh, let's have a darker one. You've got the lines that are giving you something to work with. So if you go, just draw over the lines, then it's going to deepen that area and make it look kind of shaded, because that's what you're doing, you're obviously shading it. Goodness knows what it's doing. Don't know if you can hear all that noise. Let me hold it up for you so you can see. It's an absolutely wonderful, wonderful stamp. And then obviously you can decide, I mean, depending on what colours perhaps you're using with your condo, you can do your berries to kind of coordinate with that. So obviously I'm going to colour that in. And that's going to be matted and layered onto my card. And that's going to be our project number 2. Who's gone? Is Chrissy gone? Yeah, I'll pop this on YouTube later, so you can watch it to your heart's content, however many times you want to. And when you get your stamps as well, then you can craft along as well at the same time. So that's number 2. So that's two cards become one, if you like, but look entirely different. Where's my other one? Oh, I put the other one under here, didn't I? I'm flattening the other one. Where's that gone? Right, let's do our 3rd project. And this will be our last one. I'm getting in a bit of a mess with my stamps now. Right, where are we doing? Right. No, we don't want that pile. I want the other pile. What have I done with them? There they are. Ugh. Me and my super organised, when it goes all to pot when I move things around. Right, I've got another one that's going to open and everything again. I don't know why I laugh at myself. Somebody's got to. Right, where are we going? Yep, so this one is going to be, I think this is just over 6 inches. 6.5 inches square. Doesn't have to be, you can have it smaller. And again, I've used one of the papers from Bumble Twinkle. It's that wonderful word again. So, and I've cut it down a bit. So I think I've cut it down to 5.5 inch square. So just cut a little bit off. So we're going to use our wonderful Bathing Thomas on this one. So dragon in the teacup. You can't hear any banging. That's all right then. That's good. He isn't banging just at the minute. But he was banging. I might want to use that again in a minute. Right, so we've got a plan with this one. There's normally a plan. Sometimes it goes off piece. I'm going to just put it into that corner there because I might be going off the page. Haven't decided yet, but might be going off the page. Might not be able to use all my magnets either. So from a very early release, we're going to use FHS 083, which is, you know, we're 83, and what are we on now? We're on 400 and odd. 422 is the tea condo. So it's going back quite a bit, this one. So this is our lantern tree. It's a big stamp, but it's absolutely beautiful. So it is designed to have the lanterns hanging from it, but you don't have to use the lanterns with it if you don't want to, and we're not going to. So we're going to have this so that it is just on the left hand side. But actually I don't want to stamp that yet. See, I've forgotten what I'm doing already. I do want to have the acetate though, so I can see what's going to happen. And I'm going to take our Bathing Thomas. This just cracked me up the second I saw this stamp. I just thought it was hilarious. A dragon in a teacup. Of course. It's hilarious, isn't it? Right, so I want to have him so that he's actually under the tree bathing like that, but obviously we're going to have a bit of trouble because of the interference between the two images, but that's absolutely fine, because we're going to use a mask. So let's put him underneath there first. Let's get him in the position that I want him. You might not need to be that far over. You can be like that, under the tree. Okay, that's where he's going. I've decided. I'm going to commit now. I probably should be committed, but you know, there we go. Right. Now, make sure you shout at me. Use the mask, Julia. So I don't actually stamp the tree over it without using the mask. It's on you, so you've got to tell me. It does work well with the swing. Yes, it does, Sue. Sue's saying that she's got the lantern tree and it works well with the fairy swing. Yes, it does. It works well with a lot of things, actually. A lot of the wildlife that we've got in the collections. I think sometimes we get kind of caught up in some of the newer stamps and we forget that all the other ones will work with it, and they really, really do. You know, it'd be nice to have the time to just sit and play with all of them. One of these days, when I move, maybe. Right, so we're just stamping our Bathing Thomas on our Bumble Twinkle even paper. I don't have to say it on the television, isn't it? I hope he didn't move. Let's just give him a bit more. This is where I think, oh no, it's moved. Let's hope he didn't. We'll soon find out. We can always start again. Always turn the paper over and start again. But I like this paper. Yeah, we're all right. Right, okay. Right, so now we're going to put a mask on, but because I don't want to have to keep on cutting out my mask, I'm just going to give this a blast with the heat tool to take off, to dry some of the ink. Now what did I do with his, what's it, there it is. Don't want to lose his what's it. Because if you don't dry it off, first of all, your mask won't stick so well, and secondly, the mask is going to get ink on the back. So if you want to use it again, then you're going to transfer the ink onto something else, which is not what you want. Don't forget the mask. What have I done with the mask? Here we go. I'll get the mask out. Hopefully I'll be alright because it's there. Obviously when I'm actually finishing this off, I will definitely colour the teacup in and his wings as well. If you heat on the other side, then it kind of evens out the fibres. Okay, that should be enough. Then we go back into our platform, because the lantern tree is a big stamp, so we don't want to risk not stamping this properly. So let's go on to a line. Oh, mask, Julia. This is the tricky bit, getting the back off. Especially when you cut your nails. Talk amongst yourselves. There we go. We're on it. It's coming away. So this is a piece of woodware masket sheet. Come in packs of 2. I'm only really concerned more about his wings because the rest isn't going to be visible. Let me have a look where we're at. So I've cut it ever so slightly on the inside of the line. This is so tricky. That'll do. I'll do. That's fine. And I did cut out, I don't know what's happened to it, I did cut out just the tea bag, but I'm not going that far over. So this bit is the bit that I'm concerned about. So, lantern tree. Beautiful, beautiful tree. I haven't used this one as much as I should have done, really. So it's just that bit of the wing there that's going to be underneath the tree. We want to keep his wings nice. Okay. Magnets galore. Because obviously nothing's going to hold that down, is it? You could, of course, use a bigger piece of card and not trim it down, and then trim it down afterwards, which will make it easier, but obviously we're dealing with the right size. I am just going to stick with black. Obviously you can do it brown or purple or whatever colour you want to. We'll just stick with black. Again, I'd probably colour in the trunk. It's a nice brown. You have to wait and see what I do with it, won't you? When you've got a big stamp, and if it is a little bit sticky, you can kind of use your tweezers or your pokey tool to kind of help it release, and also you can wait for the stamp to kind of release itself. So I've missed a bit there. I'm sure I've got ink on it. Yeah, that's better. I don't think I'm going to do that one again. I think that looks perfect. Perfect. So, let's get rid of that. So you can see that's 5.5 inches square, that piece of card, and that tree almost is the full width of it, full length of it. So just take away that there, and his wings are perfect. So we can use that again another day. If you wanted to, you could have something else coming in the other side. We are going to have, put that up there now, a little bit kinky from where I heated it. We are going to have some steam coming out of his bath, because he likes a hot bath, he likes a hot bath, does our Thomas. So this is going to be another useful stamp. So this one looks fabulous, coming out of the Teapot Cottage, which is another one of my favourite stamps. I think that one's going to be very popular. It's really a cool one, isn't it? Because our Angel's just saying that she uses it an awful lot, because you can just use the foliage part of it. You don't actually have to use it as a tree. Yeah. I haven't done that mirror stamping with it as well to get one on the other side. That would be really cool to do. So there's our steam coming out of our hot teacup bath. over there. And then we're also going to have a sentiment on here. So this is the Returning to You, which is the one that I used on my original one with Nigel. So this is, may the dreams you hold dearest be those which come true, and the kindness you spread keep returning to you. So I think that's appropriate for him, because he's probably lying, where's that one? He's probably lying in the bath. Hopefully that's just steam and nothing else that's creating yes, Julia. Yeah, so he could be having a little dream, couldn't he? Lying there, soaking his suds. He might be thinking, I wonder what Sheldon's up to tonight. I bet he's seeing that Anne-Marie again. Give that a tap. I'm really pleased that Fairy Hugs do sentiments now, because I mean they're brilliant sentiments that they come up with, and I love the mixture of the fonts and the different sizes that there are on them. Makes it more interesting to read, I think. Okay, I think we'll just stick with that. And then just to finish this one off, we want something going on down here. I mean, you could bring in Nigel again. Where's my Dewberry gone for that? Oh goodness, oh there it is. You could have Nigel coming in again, so he could be just stood here guarding him if you wanted him to, but we're not going to do that. What we're going to do is we're going to bring in, oh, and there's Eloise as well. Eloise is a little fairy that's got a tea bag like on a fishing hook, but it's a bigger one than what Nigel's got. She's lovely. There's loads. So we're going for our Teacup Flowers. So let's have one of our Teacup Flowers coming in like that as an angle. And we have to do them one at a time, because I want them quite close to each other. And these would be great with a bit of colour added to them as well. Let's go tap, 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 tap. And don't be frightened to go off the page with your foliage. That's the one. And we'll grab the other one, which is the teacup with the handle in the other direction. So maybe bring that one in like that. Getting off the page. There was also with the birthday release, there was the Cupcake Flowers as well. So they would work very well with it. Look at all this ink I'm wasting. They would work very well with this release as well. And also I think you could have party streamers coming down from the trees, and definitely the other releases are going to work with this release too. There we go. So I think that's all we need on there. Obviously, I could have bought in a stencil and used a stencil on here. In fact, I probably did in my notes, but of course I've just ignored my notes, as you do. We do have some stencils on the show. They're the existing stencils, so there's water stains, fairy spirals, the orbs, Pebble Beach, Galaxy, and another one that I can't think of just at the minute, but there are 6 stencils, but I've got all of them in stock as well. So that is my scene all done for that little one. So again, I would add colour to it, and then I'll show you later on when I pop it onto YouTube, you'll see it. So then I mat it and layer it onto my card. and that would be it, like so. Tea or coffee stains, definitely, yes, absolutely. You're so funny, yeah, so funny. So I've actually done 3, haven't I? Because I mean that one's finished, because I'm not going to add any colour to that, but I might. Then we've got this one as well, which I've started to colour in, which I'll finish off with the condo, and that one. So hopefully that gives you some sort of an idea of some of the stamps that are coming up this week. So just to recap, it's at 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. tomorrow on Create and Craft, and then on Wednesday morning at 8 a.m. And the products, if you're in the UK, you'll be able to buy the products from me, juliawattscrafts.co.uk, from midnight on Wednesday night. And there is actually, before then, as a little bonus, there is actually a 10% discount on all existing designs on my website from Fairy Hugs, and you just need to enter code. I'll type it in for you. It's actually Hugs 10. There we go, Hugs 10. And then you've got the link there for my website, and that's on existing designs only up until Wednesday night at midnight. So that offer will run out, and then the new stock will get loaded kind of a minute later, if you like. I won't be up, it's all automated. And Fairy Hugs, you'll be able to, on fairyhugs.com, you'll be able to find all the new release from tomorrow if you're outside the UK. Obviously, if you're in the UK, there's nothing stopping you from ordering from Fairy Hugs, but you'll have to pay for shipping and import duties and things like that. So if you're outside the UK, here's the link for fairyhugs.com that I've just popped into the comments as well. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed that. If you are a Fairy Hugs lover, please make sure that you actually join or ask to join the Fairy Hugs store group on Facebook, and I will just get you that link as well if my computer hurries up. Here it is, and in there you'll see lots and lots of sneaky peeks and lots of, you know, information that comes up about Fairy Hugs. So here we go, here's the link for Fairy Hugs store. It'd be nice to actually see that group expand a bit, and every now and again there's a giveaway in there as well, so do join it. So once again, anyway, thank you for joining me. If you've missed some of it, you can either watch it on my Julia Watts Crafts Facebook page. It'll go up in a few minutes automatically, it's nothing to do with me, and I will actually pop it onto my YouTube channel later on. So I will see you on the telly box tomorrow. Bye.